Horse is just starting to leave the yard ahead of race number 3, Hose Mate Kalgoorlie Handicap, 1632 metres, Class 2 level, and we're looking at Flying the Flag, the first horse here, who's looking for 3 in a line. Won a maiden on the 12th, backed up off 7 days, won a Class 2 on the 19th, backs up off 7 days again here and looks to win same grade. And you would imagine, after the 3 kilo claim of Chanel Cooper, who looks for a race-to-race double, that he's given every chance here today. He's going to have his third run in 3 weeks and has to be some sort of sneaky chance of making it 3 in a line. A $3.60 chance here. Number 1 in very good form is Flying the Flag. Number 2, Red with Ted, a $12 chance here after running 8 lengths off Deadly and Fast at Albany in a Class 2 only 17 days ago. Prior to that was very good, I thought, behind It's a Lance. Could be a forgotten horse here a little bit, Red with Ted. Drawn to get a nice run from the barrier. Matty Derrick rides here today for Helen Harding. Number 2, Red with Ted, an outside chance at $12, but he could go a little bit better than that market suggests. Number 3, Immodest. The blinkers go on here for his third run at Kalgoorlie. Ash Grace trains and Brandon Louis rides. Was beaten 2 3/4 by Captain Rogers only a fortnight ago. It was a solid effort over the 1400. A horse that did show a little bit of speed at Warrnambool one day, so with the shades going on, he could settle a little bit closer here. $10 chance, number 3, Immodest. Number 4, She's a Machine. Paul Rowe, Patrick Carberry combined, obviously with a bit of a tough result yesterday with Californication, never really getting a crack at them in the home straight. He still ran nicely into third in that $100,000 feature, but this 4-year-old mare, she's by Machino. I thought she got a really good chance here today to break through after back-to-back efforts in second placing behind Venacious and behind Captain Rogers when narrowly beating home Dublin Red, who's the next horse we're about to preview. Number 5, Dublin Red herself, she ran third in that same race that She's a Machine ran second in. There's a half-kilo weight swing in her favour here. And you'd imagine that Tash Faithful actually gets the chance to roll onto the top here, being drawn a barrier inside of Minor Detail. Very honest and consistent type of filly this. She's won once from 9 starts, but she's placed on 5 other occasions. $3.20 is the quote about number 5, Dublin Red. Number 6, Minor Detail, Lucy Fiore riding for Josh Browns, was scratched from a meeting recently here at Kalgoorlie, so comes into it a month between runs. The 3 efforts at Kalgoorlie have all been solid. 4.5 off Fleur de la Cour, who went to town, 2 lengths off Right to Silence, who went to town, and then comes through that Venacious race, the same race as my on top selection, She's a Machine, when actually beating home Immodest, who goes around at a shorter quote. On speed type, honest enough, but has only won once from 19 outings, currently $12 in fixed odds betting. And the final runner here, a newcomer to WA, Whiskey Mac, a 19-start Class 1 galloper who 62 days ago raced over the hurdles over 3,200 metres at Warrnambool. So comes back a long way in distance on the fresh side. You'd imagine that they'll probably run him off his legs here, and new trainer Justin Robbins will be very keen to get him out over the longer distances in the near future. He is, however, 41 into 23, so a little bit of a spec there in betting. 4 minutes away from race number 3, Hose Mate Kalgoorlie Handicap, Class 2, 1632 metres. They're moving the barriers into place here, and then they'll start to load these gallopers away. I'm going 4, 5, 1 and 6. I thought She's a Machine got a chance to break through here today after 2 very consistent runs. 5, Dublin Red, there was only a short half head between them last start, and there's a half-kilo weight swing in favour of Dublin Red, so she could easily turn the tables. 1, Flying the Flag, hard to knock his form. He's won at the last 2 Kalgoorlie meetings, back-to-back Sundays looking for 3 in a row. And 6, Minor Detail on the fresh side, likely to roll forward into a nice spot. 4, 5, 1 and 6, but I'm going with Paul Rowe and Patrick Carberry here with the Machino mare, She's a Machine, 3 minutes away from race number 3 at Kalgoorlie.
Okay, just over 2 minutes until start time for race number 3 on the card. It is the Hose Mate Kalgoorlie Handicap, 1,632 metres. And she's a machine, holding steady at around the $2.90 mark, which is her current price. Dublin Red also holding her position in the market at $3.20. Flying the Flag has drifted out to $4.40. And then a modest at $9, $11 Red with Ted, likewise with Minor Detail. So that basically paints the picture. Whiskey Mac, the outsider, at $23. First run for Justin Robbins today. Former Eastern Stater Whiskey Mac by Savabeel. And last run was at Warrnambool, but has been put over a journey. 2 miles last start. That was a maiden hurdle, so back on the flat today. Prior to the hurdle, went around over a 2,600 and was beaten 10 lengths. So 1,600 first up for Whiskey Mac today. But your favourite is She's a Machine, who Paddy Carberry and Paul Rowe combined with in race number 3 here, the Hose Mate Kalgoorlie Handicap. We'll have the mascot race after this. Something to look forward to. 10 mascots battling it out down the KBRC straight. So we're 30 seconds off start time. And just got a commitment at South Australia, so no doubt Stewart's just waiting for this race at, I believe it's Mount Gambier today, yes, to take place, and then we'll be underway here locally on course. Main quaddie starts next race, races 4 through 7. Kicking it off with a maiden over the 1,300 metres. And that's in the Kalgoorlie RSL maiden, and then the Peter Palmer Memorial, today's feature. So runners are starting to come forward now. A modest, the first one to load. Here comes She's a Machine. Of course, same combination, partnering up with Californication to finish third yesterday in the Sky Racing Provincial Championship final at Belmont. A big run, searching run down the Belmont straight. Result most likely different if he got into the clear a bit earlier yesterday, Californication. Red with Ted goes forward. Here comes Flying the Flag to be locked away. Likewise, the stablemate Dublin Red comes along, Minor Detail, to join the line as well. And the last one will be Whiskey Mac. So Whiskey Mac comes forward now. And the line now complete. This is race number 3 over the 1632. Stand by. We're set to go. Gates fly back. They're off racing. Now, good level dispatch from the 1600. A modest with pace down on the inside, working forward to a prominent position. Dublin Red crossing early on. And then they opened up a couple of lengths to Minor Detail, who's working across. She's a Machine holding her position for Carberry down on the fence 4th. In company with Flying the Flag. Then we had Red with Ted. And last of the 7, it's Whiskey Mac. They've only got 4 lengths covering the field here, so they're compacted as they leave the 1200 behind them. It's a modest showing the way from Minor Detail, who's worked forward and done a bit of work early on. They were followed next of all by Dublin Red, who's going to settle in a world perfect position. Then Red with Ted down on the fence. 5th the outside, then Flying the Flag. She's a Machine's been relegated to second last. And last of the 7, it's Whiskey Mac. So 800 metres to run as they head to the side of the course. It's a Modest in a dead set crawl. There's no speed whatsoever. A Modest showing the way by a length and 3/4, Minor Detail. Then we had Red with Ted third, Dublin Red fourth. She's a Machine. Running fifth on the inside of Flying the Flag, who's looking for the hat-trick today. And last of the 7, it's still the stayer, Whiskey Mac. So with 500 metres to run, it's a Modest who's had a good time of it out in front. Kicks it up at Cog now, shows the way by a length and a half. Dublin Red starting to extend. They were followed next of all by Minor Detail, Red with Ted the Fence. She's a Machine into the clear now. They were followed by Flying the Flag. It's Dublin Red who hit the lead. Dublin Red, Whiskey Mac running a race. Then we had Minor Detail, followed by She's a Machine. It's Dublin Red, Whiskey Mac over the top. At any old price, Whiskey Mac goes on and wins at its debut in WA. Whiskey Mac, wow. Second in, Dublin Red. Photo third, Minor Detail, She's a Machine, and also Flying the Flag. They were followed in by Red with Ted and a Modest last. Number 7, Whiskey Mac. Its last run over 2 mile. Over at Warrnambool in a hurdle, has come out at the KBRC today and won with its ears pricked. 7 goes into the frame, Whiskey Mac. Number 5 gets second, Dublin Red. Look the winner with 200 to run. 6 will get third, Minor Detail. And 4 gets fourth, She's a Machine. 7, 5, 6 and 4 in a dead set crawl. And this horse was last on the turn. This has been some sort of win. And Whiskey Mac at start 20 breaks through for its second career win. Whiskey Mac for Justin Robbins, Lisa Staples by Savabeel from Sombrerell and owned by Justin Robbins himself. That's 2 horses he's done that with in the last week. Whiskey Mac, your winner. Second in the 5, Dublin Red, Pete Fernie, Tash Faithful by War Chant from Razor Smile, owned by Justin Warwick, V. Gallardi, Mrs. P. Gallardi, C. Gallardi, T. Gallardi, also Miss L. Durant, U. Gope, also G. Bamford, M. Arnold, L. Chapman, Mrs. C. Gia Hagen, and Miss Escalati. Third in was the 6, Minor Detail, Josh Brown, Lucy Fiore by Free Eagle from Top Cat, owned by Josh Brown and G. Hunt. Fourth in was the 4, that's She's a Machine, Paul Rowe and Paddy Carberry. 7, 5, 6 and 4. 3/4 by 3. You'd almost say that really wasn't set up for back markers because the leaders crawled. They've broken the 1 minute 41 for the 1600, but this horse has still managed to gobble them up. Whiskey Mac, first run at the track and gets the job done. 7, 5, 6 and 4 after the running of race 3. Race 4 is next. Kalgoorlie RSL Maiden over the 1300 metres. Start time 2:57. 8 to run in the first leg of today's main quaddie. Your favourite is Lacey Ace at $3.40. $3.60 about Auto Spark. And $3.80 about Edward's Choice. So good little betting market, open betting market in race number 4. But don't forget, you can probably see a host of bears and kangaroos, and I think there's a needle down there as well. The mascot race is about to get underway down the straight once these horses clear the track, so stand by for that. But in the meantime, interim numbers 7, 5, 6 and 4 after the running of race number 3.